Hello everybody and welcome to Barca News. It is June 6, 2022 and man oh man do I have a lot of news to share with you. News about Gavi's renewal, news about Raphinha, news about the wage structure that Barcelona are trying to implement, amongst others. We have lots to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everybody, my name is Mo and I created this channel so it can be a one-stop shop for all Barcelona fans where they can come here and get the latest news regarding FC Barcelona. Whether it be transfer rumors, injury updates, post-match analysis or anything else, you will find me here. So I invite all of you to please subscribe to my channel so you can stay current on the latest news regarding our beloved club, FC Barcelona. Now we'll begin with the news that the Barcelona's Director of Professional Football, Mateu Alemany and Jordi Cruyff have flown to England to try to close the deal with Raphinha. As I've reported before, Raphinha is a 25-year-old Brazilian player who currently plays for Leeds United, and Barcelona have been trying to sign him so he can be Dembele's replacement on the right wing. While Raphinha has agreed to come to Barcelona on a 5-year deal, and he's even agreed to reduce his salary in order to facilitate that transfer. However, there remains the big obstacle of Leeds United transfer fee. While initially the club was asking for 55 million euros, and now they've upped that to 70 million euros. So Mateu Alemany and Jordi Cruyff have flown to England to try to negotiate a better transfer fee and try to close this deal once and for all. However, there's reports that Liverpool has joined the race for Raphinha, so this of course is going to complicate the operation, because if there are other clubs who are willing to pay this high fee, it is more likely that Leeds United will not agree to reducing the fee, and most likely that Raphinha operation will be impossible. But let's hope that Mateu Alemany and Jordi Cruyff can come to a good deal and that we can see Raphinha in the club. However, if that does not happen, it seems that the club is reporting that Easy Abde will be the replacement for Raphinha on that right wing. As I've reported before, Abde is a Moroccan player who Barcelona signed for the Barcelona B team. We saw him play some matches with the senior team and did pretty well, but because Barcelona B were in danger of relegation, he was called back down to help him out, which he did, and Barcelona B were able to remain in the respective league. But now Xavi has talked to Abde, and it seems that Abde is going to be playing the preseason with the senior team, so Xavi can see whether Abde is prepared or not to play with the senior team beginning next season. Now on to the news that the club is trying to now implement a strict wage structure on all of its players. This wage structure would see players top out at 10 million euros a year. That means no player will be able to make more than 10 million euros. Joan Laporta implemented the structure when he first took over. He implemented it on the players that the club signed during the winter break, such as Ferran Torres. He implemented it on the contracts that he renewed, such as Ronald Araujo, Ansu Fati, and Pedri. He implemented on the players that he's already signed this summer transfer window, such as Frank Kessie and Andreas Christensen, and he will be implementing it on the players that the club hopes to sign, such as Marcos Alonso, Cesar Azpilicueta, Robert Lewandowski, and of course the Raphinha, if Leeds United decides to come down on that 70 million euro transfer fee. Now it is reported that Robert Lewandowski would be the highest earner on the team, making around 9, maybe 10 million euros. But of course there remains the contracts that the previous president has, Bartomeu, has issued. And the club will be working on renegotiating those contracts and issuing wage cuts in order to bring the entire training team under the strict wage structure that Joan Laporta is trying to implement. This is very important because we're currently over the salary limit, and if we can't reduce the wages, then we won't be able to sign any new players. We also won't be able to sign the players that we've renewed, such as Ronald Araujo, and of course it's very important for the club's survival, because the huge wage bill, which is 560 million euros, is the main reason why we're in this deep and dire financial situation. And it is reported that if the club is able to implement this wage structure across all players, the club will be able to save around 190 million euros a year. That is a lot of money that the club currently does not have. So let's hope that the club will be able to implement the structure and will be able to renegotiate the contracts, the ridiculous contracts that were handed out by Bartomeu. Now, while we're on the topic of the strict wage structure that Joan Laporta is trying to implement, I would like to briefly touch on the report that came out during the weekend in the Daily Mail, stating that Barcelona were in contact with Liverpool striker Mo Salah, trying to convince him to not renew his contract with Liverpool in 2023 and instead to come over to Barcelona on a free transfer. Now, because of the strict wage structure that Joan Laporta is trying to implement, I don't think this is going to happen, because it's reported that Mo Salah is asking for 17 million euros a year in salary, whether from Liverpool if they renew him or from any other club that signs him. And of course, Barcelona will not pay Mo Salah 17 million euros. They'll only pay out 10 million tops per the wage structure. And of course, I don't see the Egyptian lowering his wages from 17 million all the way down to 10 in order to come to Barcelona, when there are plenty of clubs who would be willing to pay him that, including Liverpool. Now, on to the news of Gavi and his renewal. As I've mentioned before, the club wants to renew Gavi, and Gavi wants to stay at the club. He has specifically instructed his agent that he does not want to hear any offers from any other clubs, despite there being a lot of interest of him from European clubs, and despite these clubs willing to offer him more money than what Barcelona can afford. Well, it is reported that this week, the board of directors are going to meet with Gavi and his agent to iron out the last details, and hopefully we will see Gavi sign his new contract. This is of course exciting news, because Gavi is a rising star. He has a lot of talent, a lot of skills, and a lot of potential. So I'm very excited to see what Gavi will do in the future with the club. And this is of course after the weekend where he became the youngest player to score a goal for the Spanish national football team, breaking Ansu Fati's record. He was the previous youngest player. This is of course, either way, this is something to be proud of, because both of them are not only Barcelona players, but they're also the academy graduates. So congratulations to Gavi on his record, and let's hope that he will be renewing his contract this week or in the upcoming days. Now, on to the news of Robert Lewandowski. It seems that Lewandowski has said in the press that he will not be playing the preseason with Bayern Munich if Bayern Munich does not agree to his transfer to Barcelona. So it seems that Lewandowski is continuing to put pressure on the German club to let him go. And as a result, Bayern Munich's president has come out and said that he does not understand why Robert Lewandowski is doing this, and he does not understand why the situation has gotten to this point. What I say to Bayern Munich's president is, you do know why this happened. As I've reported before, Robert Lewandowski wanted to renew with Bayern Munich initially, and he wanted to renew for 3 seasons. However, Bayern Munich were only willing to renew him for 1 season. There was also the issue with Haaland, where Bayern Munich were saying that they were not going to go after Haaland, that they had Robert Lewandowski, that he was the best striker in the world. But later on, reports came out that that was all a lie. Bayern Munich were actually going after Haaland, and not only were they trying to sign him, they were actually offering him a lot more money than what they were offering Robert Lewandowski. So this, of course, did not sit well with the Polish striker. You know, he's a Bayern Munich legend. He's given Bayern Munich, you know, his best years. He has won everything with Bayern Munich. He has been a goal-scoring machine from Bayern Munich. And for Bayern Munich to treat him that way, of course, this was not okay for him. But also, while we're on the topic, there's news that Liverpool have said no to Bayern Munich's 25 million euro offer for Sadio Mane. This is of course related to Lewandowski, because Bayern Munich have not responded to Barcelona's offer for Robert Lewandowski, because it's rumored that Bayern Munich want to first secure Robert Lewandowski's replacement before they say yes to Barcelona. Bayern Munich have chosen Sadio Mane as the replacement for Robert Lewandowski, and as of now, Liverpool has said no to Bayern Munich's offer. So hopefully we'll see Sadio Mane soon sign for Bayern Munich, so we can see then Lewandowski come to Barcelona. Now, on to the news that the French club Olympique de Marseille are interested in Miralem Pjanic. Pjanic, of course, is currently on loan to the Turkish club Besiktas. This loan will end the summer, and we'll see him come back to Barcelona. Well, it seems that the French club Olympique de Marseille are interested in a loan for Miralem Pjanic. Of course, Miralem Pjanic is one of those players who has said that he's not interested in leaving the club, that he wants to stay in Barcelona despite Xavi not counting on him next season. And while we're in this topic of players not wanting to leave, this brings me to my next report, which is that the club has communicated to players who don't want to leave, players such as Miralem Pjanic, like Martin Braithwaite, and even Riqui Puig, that the club will institute strict measures if these players do not agree to leave. Of course, these are 3 players who Xavi has told that he will not be counting on next season, that they will not see any minutes, and all 3 of them have said in the media that they want to stay in Barcelona, that they want to keep, earning their wages despite not playing a single minute. So the club has informed them that if they do not agree to leave, whether on loan or on permanent deals, that the club will resort to very strict measures such as rescinding their contracts and going to court to fight it out, because the club is tired of having these players who the club doesn't count on them and who they do not want to leave, and they just want to stay at the club earning the ridiculous salaries that Bartomeu gave them. Now, another player that seems to be on his way out is Nico. It seems that with every passing day, there are more and more clubs who are interested in Nico. Clubs like Valencia, Real Betis, and even the Wolverhampton in the Premier League. As I've reported before, Xavi has asked the club to loan out Nico because it seems that Nico has lost focus and concentration on his training. So he wants him to so Xavi wants Nico to go to another club and see if he can regain this focus and regain his concentration, because Xavi believes that Nico is a player with a lot of promise. He's with a lot of skill and a lot of talent. However, he needs to be recentered, and Xavi does not want him to see all that talent and all the skill go to waste. Now, on to the news that Barcelona have announced the official date for the beginning of the preseason, and that date is July 4th, 2022. Barcelona will kick off the preseason with their North American tour, playing in several American cities such as New York. This is very exciting because Xavi will officially begin his new project. Of course, when he took over the team, it was midway through the season, and he took over a team that had been assembled by his predecessor, Ronald Koeman. Well, this preseason, he will start in his new project, and he will be deciding on which players will get to play in which position. We're also gonna see La Masia graduates play this preseason, so we'll get to see whether they're ready to play with a senior team. Players like Abde and Alex Collado. We'll also see players, who don't have their position necessarily guaranteed, see fighting for it, and see eventually what team Xavi's gonna build and what team we will have for the next season. So this is exciting news, and we'll keep an eye, of course, on the development of the team, and I will keep you informed through this channel. Now we end with the quick news that Barcelona are currently negotiating with Rakuten for a global sponsorship. Of course, Rakuten is a Japanese company that was the main sponsor for Barcelona for the past 4 or 5 seasons. They are now going to be replaced by Spotify as the main sponsor. However, it seems that Barcelona and Rakuten are not ready to part ways yet. So Barcelona are currently negotiating a sponsorship agreement with Rakuten that will see Rakuten, pay a few million euros a year, which of course the club is in dire need given our financial situation. Well, that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a like. Also, I invite all of you to please leave a comment down below, giving me your thoughts and opinions about the news that I share with you. And finally, I invite all of you to please subscribe to my channel so you can stay current on the latest news regarding FC Barcelona. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video, and as always, Visca Barça.